It is Friday, December 30th, 2022 at 6:52 p.m. I have been hearing, I have crossed oceans of time to find you or to be with you. I don't know what it's about, but it's been in my head all day, along with a song from Fausia called Heartstrings or something. But only a certain part of it where she says, "Tell me how I'm supposed to feel." So I don't know who this is for, but let's just go and see what the message is. The King of Cups. Yeah, yeah. Oh, God. This way, at least I can kind of be in your view. Well, here. And then I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Okay, so whoever you are, or whatever your energy field is, however you want to explain it to yourself to make it make sense. If it makes sense, there is someone um, emotionally cunning, someone emotionally intelligent. It's a masculine figure who sees both perspectives from the higher mind and the lower mind. And in their heart, what brings that masculine person peace, or what they want, is that six, six. There's a lot of voices in that masculine energy's environment telling them what to do. There's a lot of birds in his headspace. But each one of those has brought some clarity regarding what's really important: a mother and child, or sisters, or daughter and grandchild, and to go with them. There's a motherly energy and a daughter or sister, however this plays out from this King of Cups past, that is either, well, both actually, really giving and ready to play her song. This is also the maiden mother crone in a way, the fate, some motherly energy intervening in the lives of someone might have distance between them. If this is just about you and yourself, then it's a distance between your masculine and feminine due to motherly issues. If you're feminine and you're masculine, then your advice in just these cards is to really focus on your feminine energy and allow yourself to be a daughter again. You're going to most likely be receiving some kind of a message from an intuitive or someone very mental, very logical, very rational. A father figure, a uncle, a brother, um, some male force. And with that communication, my hair keeps like getting in my eye on this side. I need a haircut. This is so annoying. You're going to be getting a message from someone, no matter which side you're on this. And it's going to be something that has you going back to something. Because Six of Swords with the 7 is, or Six of Swords plus 1 is 7. I need to turn my bangs on that side. It keeps looking me in the eye. Sorry. So I don't want to deal with the lower vibration of these energies because it's almost like a mother and father keeping two people apart while one is trying to get this, like the father is trying to get the son to go back towards his wife. The mother is trying to get the daughter to be more motherly and detached, to just keep doing her thing. And the father is urging the son to go towards the daughter through feelings of nostalgia, good memories, the stories they have together. Almost as if to keep, like, this fatherly energy is reminding him with this extra sword to remember, like, the 7 of Swords, how they go back to something. It's as if this energy is reminding this other energy that's leaving, like, hey, wait a minute. Remember that one time? Remember the other time? Remember that one thing over there? And then that King of Cups that was going towards some other direction goes, oh yeah, wait a minute. And then the 6 of Swords turns into the 7 of Swords, and he's going back towards that. I just saw a timer ticking, and right as it gets to 1 second, this guy gets there and he's like, hey, wait. There's something else to fix. There's something to do. There's a 0.001% chance to make something right. What else needs to be said about this? I just heard the key to your freedom. It's a word like freedom. Oh, I need to take my contacts out. It's the key to your freedom isn't a part of your mother, like how you feel about your mother. I'm gonna take my contacts out in a little bit. It's so annoying. I keep seeing someone's head on a pillow and they're trying to sleep, but every time they sleep, they're having these weird thoughts of something or someone like talking to them. And they keep thinking they're going bonkers. Like, no, they're not talking to me. No, but they really are. Like, that's a hand from God. That's a message from the divine. You're not imagining it. It's almost like someone's, look, the Seven of Swords. Look at those seeds you've planted, and the Fool card again, or the Heaven and Earth card. Look, all those seeds you planted, someone Five of Swords, someone else to walk away from all those seeds, right? And then your advice and your message from Swords, from the father and mother, is, hey, wait a minute. Remember what happened back then? Remember all of those other pentacles that weren't so bad, that were actually pretty good until someone else came up and went like, did the Five of Swords. But remember that other thing? And I don't know what that thing is because who knows who's watching this. But it's something that's connected to the mother and father in you, or your connection to the mother and father, and how you deal with giving, receiving, remembering, and letting go and moving away. There's 666 in here. A Six of Cups, a Six of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. Recognizing something from the past that you turned yourself away from. You were like, no, I don't want that cup. But without that cup, you can't get to these cups. Without that fifth cup, you can't get to the sixth cup. So you might look like you have three cups here, but there's probably five cups right there. Because someone in that situation is in a Five of Cups already. They're not even recognizing the three cups they have there. So the Four of Cups is actually the Five of Cups already. So once he takes that cup, he realizes it doesn't add up to Four of Cups. It takes it immediately to Six of Cups. That truth was distorted so that he would never take that cup. And once he takes that cup, he's turned into Seven Swords. He stops going that way, turns around, goes the other way to his wife, to the feminine within you, to the mother. So all this time, the father has been pushing all the buttons to get this King of Cups to go back towards his queen. Because the key, the heart, that's also a symbol for Christ, the five-pointed star. Just FYI. And I don't just mean Jesus, I mean an actual Christ consciousness itself. Lay it down. Lay it down and accept that cup of love. I can't tell you what to do, but the same symbol here is the same symbol here, being brought to you by the All-Father, to lay down that burden and to go towards the Mother. To take that cup and to go to your home, wherever that is to you. Remember in the beginning I said I keep hearing, I've crossed oceans of time to find you. And that's from a movie, I think, Bram Stoker, when I Googled it. It's kind of like a relationship between Hades and Persephone, or Mina and the Dracula guy. Two opposing forces. And someone was made to see their match as something they don't want. These stories, these things, these fairy tales, they can have a happy beginning. And in the words of Prince Lear, there are no happy endings because nothing ever ends. So right now you have a choice. Let them win, or let love in for yourself instead. Give yourself that opportunity to be at home again inside yourself. To remember what it feels like. To not constantly think this about people, places, or things, or experiences. But to look at them as things that helped you grow and gain wisdom, and to see yourself and to love yourself better. And then to see that sometimes the powers that be they bring you truth and clarity in a way that isn't very pleasant sometimes. Because there's been a lot of negative emotions that have taken root inside bodies due to the mind being influenced by the opinions and energies of others. So when you gain that clarity, which is gained by looking at something in the past and seeing it clearly instead of what they wanted you to see it as, then you can make a choice for yourself instead of being told what choice to make. I know you're afraid of feeling happy and at home again, even in yourself or with other people. I know you'd rather just end it and stay mad and go and, blame the world and not let yourself heal and whatever. But then you're going to be given another opportunity and another opportunity and another opportunity for the rest of your life until this life becomes nothing more than a memory and then a dream and then a faint feeling. But while you're here, you can have this. You just have to decide yourself and not let other people decide for you. How are you ever going to love anything or anyone? I know. But how is it going to ever happen if you keep staying at the Four of Cups and saying, no, I don't want it anymore? No, that's too much confusion. I'd rather go the other way. And then God says, nope, go back the other way. And you're like, nope. But still, you keep going right back to it, don't you? Because that pain, that sadness, that sorrow inside you, whether it's for yourself, other versions of you, or other people. So it makes you who you are. It's like the Adam to the Eve. They can't both be the same. There's that sword again. And I just heard that line from Ever After. He is your match, anyway. Okay, what is this? What advice? Please. In a painful spot. Make it less painful. Do not allow lies to triumph. The only way is for you to admit the truth to yourself. And remember, before you were told to wear that mask and armor, remember what you did. Remember the role you played. And then remember what it felt like before that. Remember. All because of other people. Are you going to let these people do this? To tear this apart? Are you? You? Why would you do that? Why would you let these bitches carry you away from this? Another 6. And 6. The queen of your world. Your new Eve. And you want to let these bitches with their hoodoo, voodoo, schmoodoo, voodoo tear these two apart? And then to blind you with this. And what could have been? To keep you in the 7 poisons of the 7 scorpions of the 7 chakras, one of which is regret and sorrow for abandoning the queen of your world. Undo it. Undo it. Remember what it was like. Doesn't feel right to be apart, does it? from yourself, from others. Another 6. And you think you're what? Atoning? Or saying, oh, she deserves better. When you, whoever you are what the divine wants for either within you or for someone you're supposed to be with. It's not a dream. It's love. Real love. Don't become so blinded to the pain that you start behaving as a masquerade towards yourself, within a fragmented personality, thinking that you're being vulnerable when you're hiding behind a screen with guilt and regret, bound by anger and chains, because you've forgotten yourself and all the lies they told you to believe instead of what you knew was right. And then they use that pain to fuel more wrong decisions you made. And your advice is lay down their bullshit. Take that cup and love yourself and the person you're really in love with. Because it's not too late for you. You do deserve companionship. You are loved. And you're not meant to be alone. You're meant to have a family. You're meant to have so much you can give with no worry. You're meant to have more than one place to call home. You're meant to share your voice. You're meant to wake others up from despair and apathy. You're meant to bloom the tree of life, not to burn it down. Really, right now. Drink some water. If you're lucky enough to have your grandparents' water. And remember those birds of the 6 of swords. See the value in their deception. See the value in it. Don't hold a grudge. Don't hold a grudge against them or anyone. What they did, the lies they told you, was to help you recognize something in you and what's really good for you internally. Adam and Eve. Sometimes forests have to burn for things to regrow. Sometimes species go extinct and others come back. Sometimes there's snow and then the snow melts. If you could be anywhere right now with anyone, who would it be? What is the thing you're telling yourself that says you can't be with that person or that energy in yourself? Find your footing. Find your center in yourself. There's a specific vibration of who you are. And it's not who they want you to be. You know right from wrong, don't you? Breathe deeply through your nose to your belly button and then just sigh it out. There is a passion stirring in you every time you breathe, every time you eat plants, every time you drink water, when you feel warmth on your skin, when you're comfortable and the lighting and the wind, they're warm and gentle. There's something you feel, isn't there? There's something you feel that you can't express. You know what I'm talking about, right? That moment when where everything's just peaceful, you know, and you're just kind of quiet and you're looking at life and right, all right, right there. So in those moments, there's a certain vibration you call home internally. It starts in your heart chakra, right? It's almost like someone calling you by your name or a nickname. Have you ever had a pet name for yourself from a partner? And after being together for years, you call yourself, or they call you that pet name, and you're like, it's an almost instant kind of wake up feeling. Do you remember that feeling? Even if it was something you used to call yourself. Or if you can match a few color vibrations together, emotion. Those of you that are kind of sentient with their cognizant and all that, you know what I'm talking about. Where you can like feel certain colors together at the same time. It's in your light body. There's something about who you were before. It's the way you used to feel. It's almost like a soft, I don't know how to explain it. It's like champagne bubbles. I don't know. But it's something that brings you back to you. It's like an emotional nickname or a song or a book or something that always brings you back to you. Your your center, your balance point, your take a breather moment. That moment when you're back at home and you turn the music on and you have that, sip of coffee or wine or whatever you drink, and you just relax. It's almost like in between that moment, there's a certain warmth you feel in your face or in your heart. And it's regarding someone else that you think of. And then the thought immediately leaves because something else comes in. And it's like a chaotic kind of distortion of fact. This is a lesson for you in learning how to alchemize your doubt. Give it water again. Your doubt and your go getting, your stability, your security, but also your ability to be wavered kind of on and off and like distorted. How much you allow yourself to be manipulated, how much you allow each side to express itself. Okay, I'm uncertain how to express this to you. It's a distortion of the energies in a way where some of you have been living in a darker aspect of your chakra expressions. And in order to balance them out, you can't just go to the positive, you have to go to the balance point, which is neutral. In order to do that, you have to detox your body. In order to do that, you have to feel at home. In order to do that, you have to recognize who and what you feel at home with, and who and what you don't feel at home with. That includes your thoughts and emotions. And if you keep silencing your own voice to not express yourself or allow yourself how to feel regarding people, places, and things, then you're just screwing yourself up. So, what you need to do, in a way, as guidance here, is take a moment and recognize who you actually love and who you're told to love. Take a moment and look at your environment. What stuff in your environment doesn't actually bring you any joy to look at? And what stuff are you holding on to because you're really holding on to someone who passed through those items? And if you held on to them for this long, then maybe you actually want to be with that person because they might be someone in your life that you still have something to learn from. Because when you think of them, you tend to feel warmer, like you're at home. I remember the days, man, when I remember myself in my days like that. I remember the fucking beauty of what it felt like to feel like I'm at home in my own house. I remember what it felt like to be with my partner and to know that every day I wake up and he's right there and doing something or other. And I'm going to the store and coming back, or sitting there playing video games by myself, and I'm totally okay by myself. It's nice. And then having like a partner and companion. And then even when I haven't had it, I'm still me. Find that neutral point in yourself. That way you can experience new energy instead of the same old tired, stagnant fucking energy in your broke down chakra systems that you perpetually keep breaking by speaking negative words by yourself. And then feeling those negative words and then expressing them in voice. How are you ever gonna grow a flower if you keep stomping on the seed? And how are you even going to look at a breath of fresh air if you keep your windows and opportunities and doors and heart closed? Do you remember what it felt like to be excited to go home to be with your partner or by yourself in your own house? Do you remember what it was like to have your grandparents coming over for a visit? What it was like during Christmas Day or Christmas Eve as a child before you were told Santa Claus doesn't exist? Do you remember that joy, that excitement, that celebration, the anticipation, the nourishment and the nurture you had from your partner, with your partner, and that you gave? I keep hearing, don't let their lies triumph over your truth. I just heard, I love whom I love. Some love stories, my darlings, teach us lessons that are so difficult to learn that you need to, in a way, evolve your sense of where you draw the line in regards to your own behavior, but also others. And also your own ability of where you draw the line in regards to forgiving yourself, and where you draw the line in allowing yourself to feel negative emotions about others. And you learn that by being this. Okay? I'm gonna go. The computer's rattling again. And I'm so tired. I have to go restart it. And don't let these bitches win. Can't you see? She's your match. When that ice melts, that ice in your heart. It's still so weird, you guys. It's still so weird. Hi, me. It's so weird. You have no idea. You have no idea. I was supposed to be dead. I was supposed to be gone. I was all like, ooh, eternal satisfaction. I can't wait till I go and never reincarnate again. Thanks. I'm gonna go. This is silly. Have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you got your advice from all this. Oh, there's that red dot. I kept looking for it. I'm like, where is it? Right there. I think I'm supposed to look at that red dot. I'm gonna go. I got stuff to do. And take this one. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Remember, especially when you're watching card readings online, they don't know you personally. The people in your life, they don't know what you think and how you feel. They only assume based on the explanation and definition of certain words they use. So if you say, oh, you're so angry at someone, they don't feel the part of you that isn't angry. Comprende? So be aware of the advice you're taking from other people, including myself, like everybody, including your own mind, because your mind is constantly telling you things that you keep repeating and feeling. It's a translator, it's a satellite, it's a receiver, it's a tool, it's not who you are. So Do what you can to become aware of how you actually feel, and then command your thoughts differently. It's a really simple process, but you have to overcome the negative aspects of those emotions. That way you can master them. Think about it in a way where I just saw the TV and the HBO show His Dark Materials. There's an episode where they're in close to the abyss, and there are these energies there that make people think that there's no hope, that there's no second chances, that the past doesn't exist and just let it go and all blah, 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 right? Well, those are negative vibrations being translated into words through your mind that are negative due to a detrimental negative of a broken energy center in your energy field, due to that energy center being influenced by your perpetual thoughts regarding that energy center's capacity. So it's kind of like you're the supervisor of your body and you've been insulting that part of you repeatedly. Okay? Think about it that way. Okay, I'm going to go and I need to cut my hair a little bit. My bangs. Because you're no, excuse me while I do this because the mirror is two-dimensional. Hey, Mama, I hope this helps you guys. After everything I've been through personally, like hating anything or anyone or unforgiving, it's so pointless. And really, how many times have I told you guys, like, even if I had a nemesis or something and they were in front of my face and like, fighting and yelling, and I'd just be like, "You want a hug? Like, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to deal with you." Because energetically, it'll just perpetuate it. It's like the whole concept of God battling the devil and all this stuff. It's just millennia of every year the same crimes and things committed, and the same names of all these beings who they're not doing any of it. It's just people's broken chakra systems talking to them in their own head and being like, "Oh, you know, that person's terrible. This person's not good. This person's this or that." No, it's just energy and energy manipulation to show you where your Achilles heel is, isn't it? So that's all dark magic is. Because God, the Father and the Mother, bro, do you think they designed a system where people are really that fucked up? How many times have I told you before that dream world and this world are real, right? And I keep telling you guys that of how to de-age and to transform and to do inner alchemy and all this by telling you stories. By now, you guys have internal memory of what the fuck I'm actually talking about, don't you? But there are some people who don't. And in all these multiverses, in all these different universes and tapestries, which are all the same, really, just different archons ruling them. You got to remember, there are people without good intentions that do really bad stuff in those three dimensions, in other dimensions, right? Whatever you want to look at it as. If you're constantly going to be naive and gullible and fall for the stupidest things, and then there's actually ways of manipulating energy, vibration, and intention by people who have terrible intentions. Do you think that your divine parents and your spiritual guides are trying to teach you how to not fall for lies that would separate you from the partner you're intended to be with? Even if that's yourself by yourself. And some of you have been sitting there beating yourselves up emotionally and then staying in horrible negative emotions as if you're going to find treasure and all that. And then when you do, you guys don't even make a real change in life. to go forward with it and just, no, that was just your imagination. What if I told you that the universe I came from had a organization that was working on behalf of a being who claimed itself to be God, and it was allowed to do so by the Most High to teach everyone and everything the difference between positive and negative. And then what if everyone was so affected and infected by all that negativity, by all that despair and sorrow of just losing hope and giving up everybody that they love and blah, 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 right? The universe has just started dying. What if it was just looked at entirely across the entire tapestry as paint spilling on it and then putting a solution in the paint? Like the different color that fell on the tapestry that distorted perception of humanity, and the virus, the mind virus thing, the archonic plague and whatever. What if it was made, like if it was red ink, what if it was turned pink? And then more solution added to make it clear. And then more to make it completely transparent. Like really, really crystal clear. It would basically refresh and renew the entire tapestry by turning hopelessness, complete despair, and death itself into a complete new beginning, a complete fresh start. The entire tapestry cleansed. But what would that look like physically? Everybody would have to look at everything they hate and realize it's backwards. And they actually love that stuff. Happy New Year. And all of it. Infinite benevolent blessings to you and all yours, if you choose to accept them. From the Most High, not them. So, make one of your, not resolutions, but even the word resolution, resolution. What's the heart of the solution to break the plague of this weird thing going across the universes? Stop trying to make it right and just look in your own emotional field and realize what you're doing wrong. Because that thing, it's kind of like a harpy screaming in the mind, making you think the worst things of yourself, right? Or other people. What if the reason they're doing that is for you to master it and be like, nope, that's not true. I actually feel this way about that person. And then that doubt has no power over it anymore, does it? What if entropy and death is just the weakened chakra systems expressing really low vibration energy, meaning they don't have enough momentum and fuel, like a car running on fumes? It's not going to race and be all fantastic, is it? You're not going to have the windows down and screaming music out. You're going to be driving real slow to a gas station, and that's not going to feel pleasant. Some of you have been stuck in that state. What refuels you? I can guarantee you it's love. And what's the thing keeping you from that? The ever gaping chasm of loneliness, right? Everybody has it. Some of them, it's so big, like they said on Doom Patrol, it's like they've become the chasm, the abyss. But you know what also the abyss holds? All of the things you forgot. It's the shadow to the shadow. It's God's storage closet. It has everything. all that magic, all the power, all the love, all that light. It's all in there, in the dark spaces that you refuse to remember because it takes effort, it takes resilience, it takes knowing who and what you love. No matter how many harpies are screaming in your ear telling you that person's toxic, that person's this, that person's that. Are they that to you? Or are you letting them influence you? Think about it. Think about it in regards to yourself as well. I hope this helps you. I'm going to go. I hope I wasn't too close to the camera. I can't really see. This contact is bothering me very, 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 very much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. Or you'll see me tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm probably going to be by myself. So we might just do a weird hangout. I don't know. I don't know if I'll. Oh, do you know what happens when you're constantly in a state of peace? Peace becomes boring. You start creating stuff and making a mess out of everything. Oh, we can do arts and crafts. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye. Where's that button?